39 minutes into my phone. You guys see what I'm saying here? Because even though my Skyscraper's company is better than all these Hollywood companies, it's a bit more simple and it's behind the scenes. It's behind the scenes, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the only place you could, for example, in Hollywood, the trailers are released on theaters, and for the previews, they're released on YouTube. Whereas for my company, the trailers are just released on my website because of why, obviously. But I want to have a nice surround sound experience for all my trailers. Hey, I'm going to tell the website look, man, I want to create a surround sound experience for my trailers. Okay, Ivan, he creates I'm going to tell him, look, man, code a better website than Netflix. And he codes a better website than even Netflix. This is something top notch. Yeah, man. You're looking at something fucking crazy, man. For my company. You guys know what I'm talking about. Your company's gonna be Hence why all the Hollywood actors in Hollywood are gonna be dying to work for me and VJ's company. Because they know, Skyscraper is better than Hollywood, man. Even though in Hollywood we got the public eye fame, you know what I'm saying? The movies are released on, you get the previews of the theaters, they're released on YouTube and all that stuff. Ivan's company blows Hollywood out of the water. He spoils us way more. With Hollywood, they don't spoil the actors the way I'm spoiling them. The only actors who might get spoiled a little bit are maybe the big A-list actors. Hollywood might maybe give them some little perks, obviously. Some perks sometimes, obviously. But it's not the same kind of perks I'm giving the actors for Zanus, man. And all my other movies. You see what I'm saying here? It's not the same kind of perks. Obviously. Like, Hollywood celebrities also do commercials too, and those commercials get featured on YouTube and television too. You have television commercials, and you also have YouTube commercials, YouTube ad commercials. Which for my company, because of why I can't have the actors be featured on YouTube. Obviously, it'd be sabotage. Obviously, I can't have them do a commercial on TV because of why it's behind the scenes. But they get featured on the ads on all the trailers, which I think is pretty cool. I can have the actors featured. I can have the actors featured on the ads for the trailers, as well as when the movie starts. How you have. I can have the actors do advertisements before the movie starts. You can do something like that. When you put the fork up, you can have to do an ad for that if you want. No, you don't have to do that. But they'll be featured every time you watch the trailers. So when you watch the first Doc trailer, you're gonna see an ad of Peter Jackson the 17. For like a minute and a half ad, and then the trailer starts. Something cool like that. And you pay them for it, which is nice. Pay them a nice $10,000, which is nice. I'm not going to be stupid and pay them $2,000. No, they're ripping you off. Pay them a nice like $10,000, which is nice. And I'll pay Peter Jackson a nice like $30,000 to do the ad. Obviously. So I'll take $200,000 from the budget. Obviously. Before I say I'll take $200,000 service budget. No, I have more than enough money. I'll take $200,000. When I sign a document, hey, look, man, I want to do 8 commercials for my Last of Us Zanus. Will be 2 commercials a year. The first year is the 7 team. The second and the other 3 years is the actors, the main actors. The main actors, obviously, have them. I'm gonna put a good $25,000 towards all these commercials. $25,000 each towards all these commercials with a green screen, all that stuff. Right? Yeah. I want to do a commercial in my yacht. I'll have my 17 make calls for a green screen, obviously, and the actors do one commercial. I don't know. The second commercial, I'll have it take place in the summertime. The actors do I don't know, when the actors get flown in for the second ad shoot, I can have them do the ad shoot, obviously, and then they do some commercial in my yacht. So we do the ad shoot in my yacht, and we do some commercial in my yacht. We can do that. And that ad will play. That ad will play what? That ad will play for the second trailer, for the second year. Yeah, so the second trailer, the second Doctor that will play the second year. And these actors are having Ivan's company's better in Hollywood. I had fun being featured on his ads on his website, the billboard around the city. I had fun. Right, I had fun. Doing his commercials. He paid us $20,000 a year for every commercial. Yeah, which is a lot of money, man. $20,000 is a nice paycheck, man. You can get what? Get nice clothes for yourself. Get. Yeah. Guaranteed the actors are gonna blow that money. They're probably gonna get nice shoes, nice clothes. Yeah, when I spent $5,000, I bought myself some nice clothes in Vancouver. You know what I'm saying? I got myself some nice clothes. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're obviously gonna blow some of that money, obviously. Yeah. That's why Scotch will be what? The best brand in the entertainment industry. We better than all these Hollywood companies. Yeah, man. You're looking at top notch company. You see what I'm saying here? Yeah. And you trust me, all you Hollywood actors, you know what I'm talking about. You can see the future. Yeah, we know how top notch of a company IMDb are gonna own. Yeah. We're gonna own a top notch company. We know the top notch life IMDb are gonna live. Yeah, that's why you guys are gonna feel like shit. Trust me, you guys will not know how top notch my Skyscraper's company is. You guys will know how top notch my Skyscraper's company is. The technology, everything. Once you see the first doc trailer, and you know what I'm saying, you see me and Peter Jackson writing the script. You see our nice luxury office. You see the 17 working in luxury office. You know what I'm saying? You see the actors falling the jet the second year. You know what I'm saying? Once you see the documentary, you guys are gonna be like, holy shit. You see the unheard of technology for the doc. It's like a movie, obviously. You guys are like, holy shit. Sky Source blows Hollywood out of the water. You see the amount of money I pay all the actors. You know what I'm saying? The technology of Zanus behind the scenes. Yeah, the buffet. All that. Being flown on my private jet. The set building. You know what I'm saying? The IMS camera. Don't worry. Oh, yeah. Sky Source blows Hollywood out of the water. Yeah, man. Peter Jackson will be so shocked by the technology of Zanus. He'll be shocked. Like, he's gonna ask me, Ivan. He's the first thing Peter Jackson's gonna ask me, hey, Ivan, what's your budget for Zanus? Yeah, my budget's $98 million. He's like, holy shit, that's a lot of money. This is 10 times the money of Lord of the Rings. Yeah, man, 10 times the money of Lord of the Rings. Yeah, man. Okay, Ivan, how much money do you want to put towards set building? I want to put $30 million towards set building. He's like, holy shit, for Lord of the Rings, we only put like a few million towards set building. How much money do you want to put towards the costumes and weapons and armor? I want to put $30 million towards that. How much money do you want to put towards the mask? I don't know, Peter. I'll put a few $1 million towards the mask, the machine for the mask. How much money do you want to put towards the buffet? I don't know, Peter. I want to put $500,000 towards the buffet. Because the food will only cost me, I don't know, $500,000 or something like that. To feed your crew for 2 years, 1,500 people, it'll cost like, I don't know, $500,000, $400,000 around there. $600,000. You know what I'm saying? But you also have the kitchen equipment, yeah. You'll be shocked, obviously. Holy shit, Ivan. Your company blows Hollywood out of the water. Yeah, man. Okay, Ivan, how much do you want to put towards he'll ask me, Ivan, how much money do you want to put towards the CGI technology, the blue screen, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, Peter, I want to put $390 million towards CGI. He's like, holy shit, Ivan. This is crazy. The amount of money you're putting towards CGI is more than how much Lord of the Rings was made for as a whole for the 3 movies. Yeah. That's why my company will blow Hollywood out of the water, man. That's why all the CEOs who work in Hollywood will feel like total shit because they can't compete with the Ivan and VJ. Yeah, we can't compete with Ivan and VJ because Ivan and VJ are the fucking bank. They have billions in their account. They have the keys. They can make their easy billions. Yeah, off their merch and movies. Yeah, we can't compete with them. Whereas we have to spend $100 million for our commercial for our ads and our trailers and our marketing costs and all that stuff. And yet, a lot of our movies lose money. Yeah, whereas Ivan and VJ they make their money guaranteed. They can pay the actors more money in Hollywood even on average. Yeah. Give them nice perks. We can't afford to give all these actors all these nice perks the way Ivan and VJ give the way Sky Source does. Yeah. That's why all the CEOs in Hollywood feel like shit, man. That's why all the CEOs in Hollywood will even want to work for my company. Because they know they're not a side tension, their movies are a side tension. It's so bad they're gonna have to charge more for their movies. Trust me, once I start Sky Source, the ticket prices are gonna rise to that like $14 now. $14, $15 now. Because for these companies to make their money, Ivan and VJ are the main show now. For these companies to make their money, they have to charge more for their movie tickets. They want to make their profit. They have to charge more for the movie tickets because now all the attention's drawn towards Ivan and VJ. It's a monopoly. All the money's going towards Sky Source. In the film entertainment industry, all the money is going towards Sky Source for the merch and the movies. And because these movies are now the side tension, these CEOs have to charge a bit more money for their movie tickets. Netflix will charge higher monthly fees. Because now Ivan and VJ are the main show. And they all feel like shit, obviously. Yeah, man, our movies feel hopeless and useless now because Ivan and VJ. Once that doc and movie come out, everyone will be dying to watch that movie. People will be watching Ivan's movie every day, every week. Whereas people will barely be watching our fucking movies because once you see an Ivan movie, you're never gonna be the same. You're gonna be watching my movie every week because I'm unique, obviously. I'm God. Whereas everyone else are all normal. They're all normal people. Whereas Ivan is unique. Ivan and Vijay are unique. Hence why nobody's worth my royalties. I'm that special. Yeah, I know we're not. Yeah, you're not worth my royalties, obviously. As I told you, during the 9 months of filming, I will barely even have to work. As I told you, anything Ivan O'Meara is fucking good on the screen, man. Peter Jackson, I don't know. I don't know. I do like 3 takes. People say, Ivan, that's good enough. Anything, because as long as you're on the screen, it's good enough, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, Ivan and Vijay, that's good enough, you know what I'm saying. I don't know. I do a scene. I do like 5 takes. Okay, Ivan, take, okay, ready, set, action. You know what I'm saying? You see me walking, I do a scene. Okay, Ivan, yeah, that's good enough, you know what I'm saying. There'll be some times where he'll tell me, Ivan, okay, try to put more emotion into your words, you know what I'm saying? But I guarantee you, yeah, Ivan, directing Ivan isn't hard because anything Ivan O'Meara and Vijay is easy. Ivan barely even has to work. All Ivan has to do is just do his thing, and it shows up well on the screen because I'm so unique. I have a unique presence on the screen. Hence why nobody's worth my royalties. Whereas all the other actors for Zane's, high chance Peter Jackson will have them do like 10, 12, 20 takes. Because they're all normal people. They're going to have to work a little bit harder than me. I'm going to work my ass off, obviously. I'm not going to slack off my acting, no. I'm going to pour my heart and soul into the character and try to get the best acting. And Peter Jackson will do what he can to get the best acting out of me, obviously. But I'll barely have to work as anything Ivan O'Meara is good on the screen. Whereas all the other actors chosen for Zayas, they're going to have to work a little bit harder because they're all normal on the screen. They look normal on the screen, obviously. Hence, they're going to have to work a little bit harder. Peter Jackson will probably have them do 12, 20 takes per every scene. But I'm going to tell Peter Jackson, look, man, don't waste time. Don't do like 50 takes. Otherwise, you're wasting money and you're wasting time. Last thing you want to do is spend through 2 hours on one fucking scene. No. Do like 20 takes. After 20 takes, you move on to the next scene. You see what I'm saying here? You move on to the next scene. Yeah. I can even have. I'm gonna tell Peter Jackson, hey Peter Jackson, when you're filming, you can when you're directing the actors, you can even have a beer while you're directing the actors if you want. Because Peter Jackson gets his 3 words and say, hey Peter, when you direct the actors, when you're filming, you can have a beer while you're watching, all that stuff. You can have Peter Jackson have a beer. The crewmen can have a beer while they're watching. Obviously, whereas the actors, I'll give them the 3 beers at the end of the day. After filming's finished, all the actors can drink their 3 beers. They can give them a nice before they go to bed. They can drink their nice 3 beers. Because I don't want the actors being buzzed during filming. Whereas Peter Jackson, you can have him have a beer even when he's directing. Guillermo del Toro, I can have him have a beer when he's directing. Obviously, have like 1 beer. I'm not gonna have them have like 3 beers. No, because they'll be buzzed. Obviously, but you can have like a beer even when you're directing if you want. That's why they work hard. Yeah, Ivan's spoiling us. Yeah. You see what I'm saying here? And production of the 9 months of Zane's, we're all going to have a blast. Because everyone's getting spoiled with a nice social buffet. Hence, we're not stressed out. Even though it's grueling work, because it's an Ivan movie, everyone will be excited. And they're all, yeah, it's so cool acting on the scenes with Ivan. Because we know the final product will be so cool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The actors got paid their millions. Peter Jackson's making his fat paycheck, obviously. As Peter Jackson will make a good, I don't know. Peter Jackson's making $80 million. He's making $80 million for the 9 months of Zane. Because he's getting his New Zealand money, obviously, right? He's making $80 million during the 9 months. $80 million of taxes is $48 million. His agent takes 10% of that. So Peter Jackson's making what? A nice like $43 million, $44 million during the 9 months. So $44 million divided by 9 months is how much? He's making a fat paycheck, man. Yeah. I don't know, he's getting like a what? He's getting like a $2.5 million paycheck every 2 weeks, Peter Jackson. He's making around $5 million. 5 times 9 is what? I don't know. What's 5? 5 to 9 is what? 5 times 9 is what? I'm bad at math, guys. I don't know. He's making, yeah, around 5-6 million every month, Peter Jackson. Around there, right? Yeah. Like a $3 million, $2.8 million check every 2 weeks Peter Jackson's making. And it's because he's getting that fat check and he's getting spun. He also knows, Peter Jackson also knows he gets his nice $8 million bonus after filming is completed. Hence, he will work harder for me. Yeah. He's getting his $88 million. He's getting his what? Sorry, he's getting his $80 million for the 9 months. He's getting his New Zealand money. It's $80 million for the 9 months. And so work hard for me, man. He'll work really, really hard for me. Yeah. Obviously. And don't forget, you also so the actors are excited for the movie, and you also have a doc team filming behind the scenes, obviously. So you have the cinematographers who are going to be filming the movie, and you have the cameraman, the doc crew filming the behind the scenes of the movie. I can't wait to watch that doc. Yeah, with indie style like $50,000 cameras, man. I'm gonna tell the 17 look, man. Don't don't go any harder than $50,000 for the cameras. Otherwise, it'll affect the budget. But get nice like $50,000 independent movie cameras, and you use that to film the documentary. Yeah, this will be top notch. And you're looking at special effects. I'm putting like two million plus a couple $1,000,000 towards specials for my documentary too. You're looking at something top notch. Yeah, man. Yeah. And that's why you guys are going to be so excited to watch that doc. And you guys know what I'm talking about. You know how top much of a documentary I'm going to have, man. A top-notch documentary. You're going to see me. You're going to see Peter Jackson, Guillermo del Toro directing behind the scenes. You're going to see Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, if they're chosen, the 7 team. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni assisting the directors, obviously. So Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni will also be my assistant directors, too, for my movie. Because they're going to be helping Guillermo del Toro and Peter Jackson a lot. Look, man, I want you guys helping them a lot. That way you get a better movie, obviously. And they're going to be helping out the first unit directors and second unit directors, too. I don't pay you for nothing, man. I'm not going to pay you $2 million, $3 million for that 1 year. When a rich fucking star and have you slack off. No, man. I want you helping out Peter Jackson, the assistant director. And I also want you helping out what? Helping out the first unit director, second unit directors, too. I also want you helping out the others handling business. I don't pay you for nothing, man. They're going to be hard at work. That's what I'm saying. The secretaries, hey, I want you guys keeping tabs on Amazon too. I want you constantly keeping tabs on Amazon. I want you handling, you're going to be, a lot of business stuff you have to handle during the 9 months. A lot of business stuff. How much food do we have left? There's a lot of food. The crew and actor are going to demolish that menu. Hence why when me and Peter Jackson make that call to what? To what? I won't have me and Peter Jackson and my wife make the call until we know how much people are signed up for what? For the movie, obviously. Okay, we had 1,500 people in the crew, Peter. When we order from the farms, you tell the people, okay, we have 1,500 people that are going to be fed 3 times a day for 2 years straight. Okay, we're going to feed them 3 times a day, breakfast, dinner, and dessert for 2 years, obviously. Okay, on average, most people eat a good 2 to 3 plates. So after everyone's eaten 2 to 3 plates, there should be very little leftovers left. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet, but I told you, most people when they eat buffets, they eat 2 full plates and they're full after that. So after everyone's eaten 2.5 plates, there should be very little leftovers left. So I'm gonna tell people, let's make sure we don't overorder on food. I don't want to waste food, obviously, but let's also make sure we don't underorder. As the last thing we want to do is we run out of food and a lot of people are hungry. No, make sure everyone all you can eat buffet, but don't overorder. I'm saying I could feed the extras, but it's just gonna cost me a lot more money, man. I can feed the extras, but if I feed the extras, I have to hire a lot more chefs. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hire a lot more chefs. You know what I'm saying? The extras I might not feed. The extras are gonna have to bring their own lunch or something like that. What I'll do for the extras. Like when you have a gathering of 60,000 people, you can't feed all those extras. You can't feed. It's too much. They're gonna have to bring their own lunch because I'm paying them $180, obviously. So what I'll do for the extras, look, man. When everyone gets a break, when we film and everyone gets a break, you guys get your 2 hours off. You guys can all go to what? You guys can all eat your lunch, obviously. What I'll do but let's say if I'm filming a scene, there's only like 3,000 extras. If there's a lot of food left, you can tell the extras, look, man, if there's a lot of leftovers left, you guys can demolish the leftovers. You can do something like that. But the extras for my movie are gonna have to bring their own lunch. They're gonna have to bring their own breakfast, and they're gonna have to look. If there's only like a couple hundred extras, you can feed them. But if there's like 60,000 extras, 3,000 extras, 2,000 extras, you can't feed them. They're gonna have to bring their own breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Obviously, they're gonna be a bit pissed off. Like, hey, are we gonna get a piece of that menu? I'm like, look, man, I can't feed 30 chefs. Can't handle 60,000 people. It's too much. You guys are gonna have to bring your own lunch or go out to eat yourself or something like that. Because I paid them the $180, they can easily go out and get their own food. See what I'm saying here? I'm gonna have to tell the people overseeing the actors, look, man, the actors are gonna have to bring their own breakfast, bring their own lunch, and bring their own dinner. Obviously, but as long as you pay them $180, they won't mind because I'm paying them a rich salary. Obviously. Yeah, because Ivan's paying us a rich salary, you know what I'm saying, we understand. 60,000 people, we can't feed all that. It's too much. That's way. You're gonna have to hire like 100 chefs, man. Something crazy, and you're just wasting money. The 30 chefs are only meant for the crewmen and the actors and the directors. Whereas the actors are gonna have to bring their own lunch because I'm paying them $180. If you don't pay the actors, you're gonna have to feed them. Obviously, because I'm paying them a lot of money, I don't have to feed them. You see what I'm saying? Whereas for Lord of the Rings, I guarantee you a lot of the extras didn't even get paid. Because I remember I saw the behind the scenes, and one of the extras, he's frustrated. Oh my god, like I'm standing here all day. Are we even gonna get paid for this? Yeah, because Hollywood's fucking cheap. If you don't pay the extras, you're gonna have to feed them. You have to feed them, obviously. But if you pay them, you don't have to feed them because you're paying them a rich salary. See what I'm saying here? The money that I'm paying you, you can easily go to what on a 2-hour break. You can easily go to a restaurant to pay $12 and eat a nice meal for yourself. Because I pay you a lot of money, yeah. I'm paying you a rich $180. Hence why even the extras are going to work harder for me. You're going to see how hard the extras are going to work in my movie too. That's why you're looking at the best story told in most of Picture Man. The actors who work for my movie are going to work even harder for what they even did in Lord of the Rings. Because Lord of the Rings, half the extras probably didn't even get paid. Because Hollywood's fucking cheap, obviously. Hence what? The extras are going to slack off more. And whereas for my movie, they're going to work harder for me. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. They're all going to work hard. And for my movie, you're looking at like 60,000 extras. 5,000 civilians in Saphius. Women, men, and children, obviously. 30,000 in Zanus. So you have 15,000 civilians and 15,000 Zane army. I'm actually going to hire what? Thousands of men for the war, all that, the gatherings. For Barack, you have a 25,000. I might dent it down to maybe $20,000 for to save $20,000 for the movie to save money. Obviously, you can do that. Okay, Peter, let's dent it down to like $20,000. That would be saved. That way we can save it more. That way it's cheaper. So Aratet has a 25,000 wolf army. For the movie, I might have like an 18,000, 20,000 army or something like that. You know what I'm saying? In Barack. The civilians, you can have a good 5,000, 10,000 civilian demon wolves in Barack. You have a good 700 bat army in the Gileas caverns, the ancient Gileas city caverns where Ephesus lives. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, and because I'm paying them all $180, they're all going to work harder for me because they're getting it. $180 is a nice paycheck. That's how much people make for a 90. If you make $50,000 a year. That's like $170 a day around there you're making. And so I'm paying them a rich 9-to-5 job salary. Hence, all the actors who work in my movie can even take 2-3 weeks off work because they're all getting their rich $180 a day. Yeah, Ivan paid me a lot of money, man. I worked for like 9 days. I got my nice like $1,600, you know what I'm saying, for not working for 9 days. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I'm paying him a lot of money, man. That's why Peter Jackson will be shocked. He'll be shocked by the extras, too. Ivan, how much extras do you want to have in your movie? I don't know. I want to have 600 extras. Peter's like, holy shit. For Lord of the Rings, for the war, we only had like a couple hundred extras, and we had to rely on CGI technology for the rest. Yeah. Whereas Ivan, he actually hires like thousands of extras. That's why you're looking at something unheard of for the war, man. For the war. The end war, you're looking at something, I don't know, 15,000 Zane army, 25,000 wolf army. But there's a good chance for the wolves, I'll dense it down to like 18,000, 20,000 to save a bit. That way it's cheaper, right? That way it doesn't affect the budget, obviously. There's a few changes you can make, obviously. Okay, Peter, for the wolf army, we can dense it down to 18,000 for the movie. That way we save more money. For the Zane army, we can dense it, even though there's 50,000 Zanes, we can just hire a good like 12,000 extras. You know what I'm saying? For the army, that way we can watch out for the budget because you're looking at millions in cost, tens of millions in cost for the extras. To pay 60,000, if you have one gathering with 60,000 people, if you have one gathering with 30,000 people, like the horse race in Zanes, right in the beginning of Volume 1, that's like $1 million in cost in one day, man. $1 million. Well, imagine having 9 gatherings That's like 9 million on your budget, 10 million on your budget. Yeah. You also have the gatherings in Barak, 4 or 5 gatherings. That's like 15 million. Yeah. You see what I'm saying here? Yeah, man. But the amount of money, $35 million towards extras is more than enough, man. It'll cost me a good 35 million bucks to 40 million for the extras. 35 million around there will cost me. Obviously, it'll cost me. The armors and weapons might cost me a lot too. Probably 35 million around there for the armor and weapons and clothing too. The clothing is cheap. Like renting the clothing and stuff for the 6,000 extras, that stuff is pretty cheap. That's probably only like 4 or 5 million bucks around there. Whereas the creating the weapons and the armor, that's a lot of money. That's going to cost me another 20 million plus or something like that. To creating thousands of armor for the Wolf Army and Zane Army is a lot of money. And I'm gonna tell Peter Jackson, look, man, I want the fighting in Zanus to be what? Me and Peter Jackson are gonna have to sit down with someone. Okay, what kind of fighting what kind of fighting style do you want for the Zane Arts, for Zanus? Do you want it to be more? I don't want the fighting to be heavy fighting. No, I don't want the Spartan heavy fighting. No, I want it to be more light fighting. Something like Lord of the Rings or Matrix. Something like Lord of the Rings, except more advanced. Okay, I'm thinking something like the way Aragorn fought, except the fighting is more advanced. Okay, I see what you mean, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I want the armor for the Zanes to be light armor, not heavy armor. As I'm not a fan of that heavy fighting, no. I want lighter fighting. I'm gonna tell World Workshop, create light armor for the Zane army and create light armor for the Wolf army. You know how I don't want the armor to be heavy armor like the Orc High and Lord of the Rings. No, I want them to wear light. You know how Aragorn had his remember in the end of Return of the King, Aragorn had that armor, something like that, like a lighter armor like that. I don't want it to be heavy armor like the Orc High. No, I want it to, yeah, Ivan, you know what I'm saying? And the stuntman helps choreograph all. You can even have stuntmen help you and Peter Jackson, the first director, second director, choreograph your fighting sequences for the wars. Yeah, that's why looking at an amazing movie, man. Yeah, man. And because I'm putting a lot of money towards CGI, obviously, it's a high chance I'm going to pour a good like 410 because I'm going to have like $20 million on my budget. The leftover money in my budget, I'm pouring most of that towards. I'm going to save a bit of the money because we have to fly in everyone to Switzerland for the red carpet event. That costs us money, obviously. You have to fly them back home. You have to save a couple $1 million. But if I have like $20 million left over, I don't know, the world tour costs us $1 million. I'll put a good like 14 million extra towards special effects. I might even put a good 410, 415 towards special effects. Because me and V's are going to have leftover money. And look, man, I'm going to tell this person, look, man, if I have leftover money, I'm going to pour an extra like $10 to $15 million more towards special effects. For the action sequences, the Horror of the Wolves, the world building, the Eagles, the Crows, yeah. That's why we're looking at amazing. That's why Peter Jackson will be shocked. Holy shit, Ivan, your company blows Hollywood out of the water. Yeah, man. It blows Hollywood out of the water. Look, the amount of money I'm putting towards set building, those 30 million towards set building, 35 million towards armor, weapons, and costumes, obviously, and like 35 million towards extras. That's more than the whole Lord of the Rings budget of Fellowship of the Ring. That's how unheard of my budgets are. You know, Ivan, the amount of money you're putting towards the armor, the costumes, the set building, and the extras is even more money than how much each of the Lord of the Rings movies were made for as a whole. The amount of money you're putting, Lord of the Rings was made for about, I don't know, $270, $300 million as a whole. That includes salaries and everything in the budget, and I'm putting an extra $90 million towards special effects. The amount of money I'm putting towards special effects is more than how much the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy was made for as a whole, man. Hence why Peter Jackson will be shocked, like, holy shit, Ivan, your this is unheard of, man. You're looking at it, you'll be like, Ivan, this is a revolutionization of technology. This is something better than Avatar. Something better than something like 5-6 times better than Lord of the Rings. Remember you know how you watch Avatar, you got that amazing world building? Think of something like an 8K world like that for Xanus, except the world is more natural. Ivan, the horror of the wolves will feel so real. Yeah, because I'm pouring so much money towards my movie, the horror of the wolves will feel so real. It's like your nightmare come true. You guys are gonna feel for me and the men, and you might even cry. The world building will feel so real. The action sequences will feel so real. You look at something top notch. Yeah, the wars will be unheard of. Yeah. Skyscrapers will blow Hollywood out of the water. Yeah, man. Peter Jackson will be shocked. by a technology. Oh, even your doc is on unheard of technology. Your movies on unheard of technology. Your buffet is unheard of. Better than all these Hollywood companies. Yeah. That's why Skyrim blows Hollywood out of the water. Yeah. Your salary is unheard of. As you're paying these crew 150K, you're paying these actors all their millions. All the major ones are millions. In Hollywood, they can't afford to do that. They only pay a few people millions of dollars, and everyone gets their shitty salary. Yeah. So I'm kind of here.